Let's talk about public education. Here's the greatest hits playlist I keep hearing multiple times. Before the Department of Education, the US was number 1. Now we rank 31st. We spend more than anyone, and 28% of grads can't even read. The Department of Education failed. Let the states handle it again. Sound bold, right? Too bad most of it is dead wrong. Let's break it down, slowly and loudly. Number 1. We were number 1 before the Department of Education. Oh, says who? The U.S. Department of Education was created in 1980. The PISA test, PISA, the gold standard for comparing education across countries, didn't even exist until the year 2000. There were no international rankings before that. No standardized testing between nations. No way to compare performance. So where's the proof we were number 1? There isn't any, because it didn't exist. That's not a fact. It's nostalgia. We weren't first in a race that hadn't started yet. Number 2, now we rank 31st. This tests 15-year-olds around the world in reading, math, and science. The US PISA 2022, it's done every 3 years. The results: 9th in reading, 13th in science, 28th in math. We're not failing, we're holding our own without training our kids for it. By the way, more than that later. A reminder, in 2000, PISA had 30 countries. Now it's 80 plus. So yes, the rankings shifted. That doesn't mean we tanked. It means the field grew. Education system indexes like WPR, how the system looks on paper, there is where the 31st stat comes from. These rankings measure enrollment, literacy, spending, teacher ratios, graduation rates, system efficiency. That's not about how smart our students are, it's about how effective our bureaucracy is. And yeah, ours is a hot mess, but that's a system problem because we are decentralized. It's not a student problem. Number 3, we spend more than anyone. We do, because we're massive. We are the size of an entire continent, unequal and decentralized to the point of dysfunction. Want to compare? Let's look at some of those top countries from the WPR and match them with the US, states by population. South Korea, 51 million, equals California and part of Texas. Denmark, 6 million, equals Wisconsin. The Netherlands, 17.5 million, equals New York. Belgium, 11.7 million, equals Ohio. Slovenia, 2 million, equals Nebraska. Those countries are the size of states. They have one national curriculum, one funding system, one set of laws. We have a 50-state system, over 13,000 school districts, no national standards, local property tax funding so rich zip codes thrive and poor ones drown. Some kids go to brand new schools with 3D printers and solar panels. Others freeze through the winter in buildings with leaky ceilings and no library. Same country, same flag, two different worlds. Of course we spend more. We're funding chaos. Number 4, 28% of the grads can't read past the 5th grade level. That number, totally made up. It's pulled from a misused stat of adults that has no national backing. We do have literacy issues, but they're not because kids are lazy or dumb. They're because early childhood education is optional. Not guaranteed schools in low-income areas don't get the same resources. Reading specialists are being cut, not hired. Many children come to school hungry, sick, or scared. Let's stop blaming kids for failing systems. They can't read when the school can't even afford books. Number 5, the Department of Education is a failure. Or maybe you just don't understand what it does. Let's be clear. The Department of Education does not choose your kid's curriculum, write textbooks, approve lessons plan, invent Common Core, control what your school teachers are allowed to do. All of that, state and local control. What the Department of Education actually does is enforces civil rights in education, Title IX, IDEA, disability rights, and race equality, sends federal funding to underfunded school, provides support for English learners, special ed, and rural students, administers Pell Grants and federal student loans, gathers data so we know what's working and what's not. You killed the DOED. You cut support for kids with disabilities, protections for non-English speakers, funding for rural schools, grants for low-income students, accountability for states that are actively failing children. You hurt little kids in big ways. Number 6, let the states decide. Newsflash, they already do. People scream, let the states decide, like they're fighting for freedom. Buddy, the states have been fighting or have been choosing the curriculum forever. There is no national curriculum. There is no federal standard for what kids learn. That's why evolution is taught in some states and questioned in others. Black history is expanded in some districts and banned in others. Some states offer world-class public education and others barely the basics. So if you're mad about what your kid is learning and not learning, don't blame the DOED. Blame your state. Blame your local school board, because that's who's in charge. The problem isn't too much federal control, it's not enough support for the states that are failing their students. Number 7, other countries prep for PISA. We don't. Top performing countries like Singapore and South Korea train for PISA. They build their curriculum around it. They do mock tests. They align teaching methods with the skills and test measures. Our kids, they show up, take it cold, and go back to class like nothing happened. No one even explains what the test is. And guess what? We still came in 6th in reading. Imagine what we could do if we actually prepared. The real issue, they want to abolish the DOED, not because it failed, but because it does things they don't like. It protects marginalized kids. It enforces civil rights. It sends money where states don't want to hold its people accountable. Getting rid of it won't hurt your wealthy districts with robotics clubs and parent-funded libraries. It will hurt disabled students, low-income schools, rural districts with no tax base, immigration kids, English learners, students who rely on anyone to fight for them. This isn't about shrinking government, it's about shrinking opportunity, shrinking equity, and letting kids fall through the cracks on purpose. So next time someone says, we were better off before the Department of Education, ask them for data. They won't have it, but now you do. Everything this post is based on real data, the PISA 2022 Department of Education records, NCES, and education policy research. You want receipts? I have them. You should probably get them too. So thank you everybody for checking out this video, and please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon so you get notification of every time we upload a new video, and please like and comment on the videos, and when you comment I will personally reply to those comments. Thank you everyone.